Boleh dengar? Better tak? Okay, cuba komen kau boleh dengar sekarang. Okay. Okay. Tak kuat sangat. Okay, tak apa. I akan cakap kuat. So sorry, first of all, sebab kita terlambat. Kita ada a few things to run tadi. So basically we'll start now with Azri and Adi. So actually the reason why we picked this topic, anxiety, is because we feel that a lot of you guys, or not necessarily you guys, tapi ramai remaja kat Malaysia dan juga kat dunia ni sebenarnya mengalami masalah yang sama, which is anxiety. Mereka mungkin perasan yang diorang ada masalah ni, mereka juga mungkin tak perasan diorang ada masalah ni. So, and even some of them are in denial of having this problem. But we are not going to talk about the medication side of it, the medical side of it. Kita tak akan cakap benda tu lah, sebab kita pun tak ada background benda tu kan, kita tak ada expertise benda tu. Tapi kita akan cakap more on the social side of things, on how probably you can overcome, on probably kalau Nadir dan Azri ada experience sendiri mengalami anxiety, mungkin kita akan tanyakan diorang macam mana diorang overcome benda tu. Okay, so with that I'm going to invite Azri dulu. I'm going to end the live and I will start with Nadir, sebab kita takut kalau terlebih 1 jam. Ya, saya akan cakap pasal Nadir.
Hello.
Hello.
Setting. Hai. Admin, first of all, I want to say thank you bagi topik ni. Because you boleh dengar?
Boleh.
Okay, I want to say thank you because you chose me to talk about this topic. Because I sendiri believe a lot of people are going through this. And macam you cakap, some people are going through it. They don't know they're going through it. And at the same time, I rasa ramai orang nak tahu cerita pasal benda ada orang tua, sebab people don't really talk about. It's a very serious issue. I rasa people should talk. So thank you for everyone out there to hear.
Okay, Azri, you punya suara dia macam tersekat-sekat sikit.
Oh, serius lah?
You
sebab I tak ada phone stand.
Oh, I pun tak ada. Tapi I tak letak atas meja, I letak atas benda. Try letak atas benda.
Okay, I will try.
Cari benda, lepas tu letak. And sambil tu korang sebenarnya boleh tanya soalan. Actually we receive a lot of questions. Azri, we receive a lot of questions tadi tau. Satu hari ramai orang bagi korang soalan yang sangat banyak.
Oh, seriously?
Yes. And
that means a lot of people
dah penuh dah.
Wah, satu I will try.
Mesti nak penuh dengan soalan dorang.
Faiz, Amy mau dengar?
Boleh, tapi dia macam tersekat lagi.
Tersekat lagi What else can I do kejap You letak atas apa?
I letak atas apa ni atas botol.
Oh, serius lah?
I letak atas botol.
Macam mana dia boleh campur phone?
I letak atas 3 botol. Pakai earphone. Itulah, I tadi tak try pakai earphone tapi korang cakap tadi tak bunyi.
Dia macam bunyi rosak kejap lah. Guys, tu korang cakap bunyi tolong type. Dia bunyi macam bunyi rosak. Teman tolong type. My phone yang bunyi macam tu.
Sorry guys, ni biasalah kalau buat live ni selalu masalah teknikal.
Can you guys hear me better now?
Okay, I rasa okay kot. Azri macam okay sikit.
Alright. So boleh proceed
Okay, kalau dia macam tersekat nanti kita akan cakap dia tersekat. Okay?
Alright, sounds good.
Okay, walaupun kita dah dapat banyak soalan daripada korang yang kita orang dah catat, tapi korang still boleh tanya soalan sementara kita orang cakap tu, korang just tanya soalan. So nanti kita akan bacakan. Or better yet, korang boleh letak je soalan dalam Q&A box tu, nanti kita akan cari. Okay? Okay. Azri, okay, first of all, kita nak tanya, since you dah cakap pasal topik anxiety tadi, apa sebenarnya yang you faham dalam pemahaman you, apa yang you faham tentang anxiety tu, ataupun kalau dalam bahasa Malaysia ni adalah you rasa gelisah.
Okay, so anxiety is very nervous about something. You and
Azri macam still tersekat lah, Azri.
okay.
Ada earphone tak?
Ada tapi I tak boleh nak letak somewhere lah. Okay, tak apa, I pegang lah Kunam.
I rasa you pegang better sikit.
I pegang. Okay kan?
Okay, better.
Alright. So bagi Azri, anxiety ni is when you really feel nervous about something ataupun you rasa worry about something sangat-sangat. From my own experience, Azri ada anxiety when I'm trying to sleep. Some people tak tahu benda ni, diorang rasa it's just insomnia kan. Tapi insomnia dia start dari mana? Dia start daripada you overthinking. So you overthinking is actually a form of anxiety actually bagi Azri because you are worrying about something. And sometimes benda-benda yang you worry about ni is something you don't even have to worry about. Tapi you tak tahu kenapa tapi you just worry about it, and that is a form of anxiety.
Like you sendiri pernah ada masalah nak tidur ke?
I ada masalah nak tidur even until now, especially when you get older, when you care more about the things that are going on. You will have this problem. Kalau waktu muda-muda dulu you takkan fikir sangat about life. You won't think about what's going to happen, about any problems in your life, about what people think about you, about what you think about something else. You won't really worry about all these things until you get older. So now that I'm a bit older, I ada banyak overthink juga before I sleep. So I could say it's a form of anxiety juga. But what I try to do to overcome that, I cuba for now I cuba ambil vitamins.
So there's a medication punya help lah.
Because it could be yang you kekurangan vitamin sebab you sangat-sangat penat. So macam air macam 100 plus tu actually contain vitamin B tau. Lepas tu I take supplement yang I beli dekat pharmacy macam Guardian macam tu, vitamin B supplement to help me feel more relaxed. Yes.
Okay, I actually don't really know a lot about the medication behind anxiety because I myself tak pernah ada rasa perlukan bantuan ubat-ubatan kan. Mungkin tapi what I know is memang dalam diri kita semua orang pernah mengalami perasaan tu. Semua orang pernah merasa anxious. Tapi sama ada orang tu macam saya cakap tadi perasan atau tidak tentang masalah itu, dan sama ada masalah diorang tu terlalu
serius ataupun tidak. Kalau macam terlalu serius, maksudnya dia memerlukan bantuan, then he will need doktor punya help lah. Macam you sendiri, you ingat tak daripada umur berapa you mula rasa macam rasa gelisah tu, rasa anxiety tu, dan apa sebab pertama you rasa macam tu?
Okay, untuk siapa yang kat sana yang tak tahu, I actually membesar dekat Arab Saudi daripada umur 9 sampai 18. So honestly, I baru lagi kat Malaysia ni, baru about 5 years, 5 to 6 years. So masa dekat sana, ada juga rasa-rasa anxiety waktu time nak kena buat presentation ke. Sebab when I first went there, my English wasn't that good tau. I tak ada sangat cakap bahasa English. So then maybe the night before, I can worry, what if I akan bunyi macam I ni kelakar bila I cakap bahasa English. Ataupun I akan worry about the topic yang cikgu suruh present masa tu. Contoh dia suruh present something related to US. Sebab sekolah Aziz sekolah international. So banyak belajar bahasa US. So contoh dia suruh Aziz cakap pasal ada presentation sekali tu pasal state. Pasal contoh macam California state. Dia suruh Aziz explain pasal bunga state tu, the animal yang represent state tu, ataupun the capital city ke apa ke, ataupun macam ada topik dia suruh I cakap pasal politics in US or about the war yang pernah jadi kat US semua. Benda tu Azri rasa macam tak relate dengan Azri. Sebab Azri pun daripada Malaysia. So Azri worry macam what if I get my facts wrong, sebab Azri tak berapa nak tahu pasal benda-benda ni to begin with. Tu waktu kecil lah. And then
kira macam daripada umur 9 tahun memang dah ada rasa perasaan tu.
Ada, sebab lagi-lagi bila you duduk kat tempat yang bukan tempat you kat negara orang. So sekolah I pun ramai orang daripada US, so diorang Americans lah kan. So let's say kalau nak buat presentation ke apa, I always feel macam they can do better sebab they can speak better, ataupun diorang tahu about the information much better than me because they are from there. So it gives me the anxiety yang what if I don't do as well as others, what if I fail. So kalau time kecil tu start dari situ lah, start pada time buat presentation kat sekolah.
Kira macam daripada kecil you dah rasa pressure dengan you punya studies lah?
Yes, ada juga. Do to the environment juga.
Okay, I bacakan a few comments so far.
Sure.
Okay, Tira Rusman cakap, yes, everyone pernah rasa anxious in their life, that's normal, but those who are diagnosed with it have it worse. Kira macam kalau orang yang didiagnose tu, mereka memerlukan ubat-ubatan lah, kan?
Sebab some people go through dia punya state of anxiety tu, dia macam very hardcore. Dia macam teruk sangat sampai the point yang I pernah dengar orang tu akan dapat panic attack. Dia akan bernafas laju, dia akan start menangis semua tu. Itu I think jenis-jenis orang yang melalui anxiety yang teruk lah, yang perlukan medical treatment semua.
Macam you sendiri, bila you merasa gelisah ataupun anxious tu, apa benda yang berlaku dekat you? Apa yang you perasan berlaku kat you?
Okay, sometimes anxiety tu I akan banyak berjalan. Korang pernah tak bila korang macam on the call ke apa kan, korang tak perasan tapi korang tengah berjalan. Korang tengah on the call, tiba-tiba korang penat tau, kaki rasa penat, jalan banyak sangat. I think tu pun boleh katakan anxiety juga yang korang tak perasan. Itu apa yang I perasan. And then kalau dia ada time saya akan rasa anxiety waktu I cuba tidur lah. I akan rasa yang I betul-betul tak boleh tidur because I'm thinking too much.
Kira macam
anxiety.
Kira macam dia tak terlalu, bukan nak kata tak serius, tapi benda tu tak terlalu serius sampai memerlukan bantuan orang lain lah.
Boleh cakap macam tu juga, yes. Tak adalah serius that level.
Because sometimes I pernah nampak tau waktu I study dulu,
Hmm.
ada some of my batchmate yang kita orang selalu setiap minggu ada presentation.
Okay.
And then our presentation is all in English.
Hmm.
So benda tu kadang-kadang membuatkan kita rasa tak senang duduk lah, sebab especially bila tahu siapa yang akan judge ataupun siapa yang akan kira apa tu, catat markah kita kat depan kan. Mungkin tiba-tiba Dean yang bagi markah ke. So kita bila dah tahu orang yang lagi VIP macam tu, kita lagi rasa anxious. So I've seen some of my friends yang tiba-tiba dia macam menggeletar badan. Dia macam dia duduk dekat corner, dia macam mencangkung, lepas tu dia macam she was shaky tau. Dia macam dia sejuk.
Maksudnya she's feeling it all over her body juga lah. That feeling of nervousness. Macam another time yang maybe people might go through it. Contoh kalau macam I maybe waktu I nak audition for Hero Remaja. So bila dia dah masuk audition room tu, you memang akan rasa nervous. It's like you auditioning for anything lah. For macam you punya club kat sekolah ke, nak masuk rugby team ke, masuk singing punya club ke kan. You akan rasa that feeling. You akan rasa worry sangat. You akan fikir macam, what if you tak dapat masuk? What if you takkan dapat apa benda yang you nak? Tapi you nakkan sangat benda tu.
Faham?
So time audition tu memang I agak nervous juga. Time audition.
Okay, adakah you rasakan sebab you nak sangat benda tu, is something that you really want, yang membuatkan you rasa lebih nervous ataupun anxious?
Yes. Satu tu it could be sebab you nak sangat benda tu. Lagi satu, kalau you rasa benda tu important untuk you. So macam you nak buat presentation untuk kelas you ke apa, benda tu you tak nak pun buat, tapi you tahu benda tu important, you want to do your best. Lepas tu you takut kalau you tak do your best. So anxiety tu kicks in bila you rasa perasaan takut dan risau tu.
Tadi Tom ada cakap everyone has that experience, cuma macam mana kita nak handle benda tu je, which I think is true. Sebab kita kena tahu kita punya situasi anxiety kita macam mana. Sebab kita semua memang akan ada perasaan tu, tapi macam sama ada kita ni serius atau tak. Betul tak?
Yes.
And like you said tadi, because of overthinking, you can't really go to sleep. Betul tak? Kalau cara Azri sendiri macam mana? Bila ada momen yang macam you terlalu banyak sangat fikir sampai tak boleh tidur tu, apa yang membantu you untuk eventually you tidur?
Ini bukannya certified punya medical.
This is your experience lah. Kita cakap pasal
untuk tidur, I pernah dengar kawan I cakap untuk senangkan tidur, kalau rasa tak tidur, minum susu suam. So sometimes as dipanaskan susu, get someone in the microwave, as you know, sometimes it helps because it helps calm you down. Minum something panas waktu malam-malam. Kalau kopi panas tak boleh lah, macam susu Milo ke.
So kira you akan macam masukkan susu dalam oven lah?
Yes, susu. Bukan oven, microwave. Oven buat kek.
Nampak saya tak rata nak masak. Macam Microwave.
I pun tak masak sangat. I pun order grab food je. I mean, puasa ni.
Sekejap.
Yeah, so that's one of my tactics to go to sleep lah.
Macam Syafiq I think. Dia kata 2 tahun lepas I overthink too much. Sekarang dah boleh kurangkan overthinking tu. Macam you rasa you punya tahap overthinking tu dah semakin reda bila you dah lebih mature ataupun tidak? Ataupun you rasakan masih sama?
Dia semakin reda sebab dulu time I waktu time I maybe umur 20 macam tu ke, dia sampai tahap yang tak boleh tidur langsung. So maybe you akan rasa gelisah to the point yang you rasa macam sedih, nak nangis semua. Macam right now I go, kalau I rasa tak boleh tidur tu, I just try my best to sleep juga. I tak ada rasa macam there's really something wrong with me ke apa. I tahu yang benda tu normal. So bila you dah tahu benda tu normal, it can help you lessen your anxiety. Sebab anxiety ni bagi I is actually human nature. Macam whether you like it or not, like humans are gonna feel. Nothing's gonna stop you from feeling something kan. So there are ways to kurangkan macam ikut situation lah. Macam kalau nak tidur tu macam I cakap, maybe you can drink some hot milk, you can take some vitamins, ikut the situations as well. Because you can't really stop someone from feeling something.
Betul. But you can't help yourself from getting worse.
Sorry? Macam mana?
You can always try to help yourself from getting worse. Maksudnya kalau you tahu benda tu, you memang mengalami benda tu, you janganlah senyapkan diri. Maksudnya janganlah rasa benda tu is nothing. Sometimes bila kita rasa macam tu, benda tu akan semakin teruk. Betul tak?
Betul. And boleh kata boleh ke I bagi my best advice lah for this feeling of anxiety?
Boleh.
I think could work for everyone. Basically if you feel something macam ni, you rasa risau semua sampai tahap macam tak boleh tidur macam I ke apa, tahap you akan dapat panic attack ke apa, you talk about it with someone. It could be juga you rasa macam ni sebab you're not letting your feelings out. If you let your feelings out, maybe it could kurangkan rasa anxiety tu untuk you.
Macam Tira cakap, dia suggest untuk kita gunakan breathing technique. There's a breathing technique you can practice when you experience panic attack. Do you think that's true?
It's like you know when you see in movies kan, waktu someone tu tengah menangis ke apa, tengah panik, maybe boyfriend dia cakap ke girlfriend dia, try to take deep breaths ke apa kan. Ambil nafas semua. I think it works. I tak rasa benda tu came out of nowhere because I think breathing tu can help calm you down. Sebab maybe waktu you tengah kena anxiety punya attack tu, you punya pernafasan tu tak normal. Maybe you punya pernafasan tu laju, heart rate you laju. So when you take deep breaths ataupun buat macam Tira cakap tu, cara teknik untuk pernafasan tu, maybe it can help calm you down.
Betul. Kalau I can't spell her name, Wani kot. Kalau stress, rajin-rajin lah consume vitamin C ataupun vitamin C, sebab dia kata benda tu membantu. Mungkin benda tu membantu, tapi mungkin korang kena check dengan farmasis lah dulu. Kan? Orang yang overthinking ni selalunya perfectionist. True or false?
Wow, ni soalan ni macam bit personal je.
Tak, dia tanya ni. Dia bagi statement. Tak, dia tak tanya, dia bagi statement. Orang yang overthinking selalunya perfectionist.
You tak pernah rasa macam tu?
I tak pernah rasa anxiety tu sangat. I mean sometimes I can be perfectionist, tapi benda tu akan membuatkan I lebih fokus untuk buat kerja I instead of rasa gelisah.
Okay, true. In my opinion, apa yang siapa punya komen tadi cakap tu, I rasa ada betul dia juga kot. Sometimes I rasa macam I nak things macam go perfect in my life. Because when you have anxiety, kan you worry about doing something good kan. Something good, so macam as if macam you nak perfectkan benda tu untuk diri you. You nak buat benda tu perfect je. So I rasa it relates to you wanting to become a perfectionist juga lah. You want things to go the way you want. I rasa that's true juga.
Azri, ada ramai yang macam share story dan macam sinopsis dekat sini. Panjang dia orang share. Okay, I'll try to read.
Experience ke?
Yeah. They are sharing their experience. Okay, I try to read one by one. You bagi pendapat you secara ringkas.
Alright,
okay. Erika cakap anxiety ni refer to body emotional and psychological response in one environment. So macam contoh kalau kita dalam airplane, dalam kapal terbang, kita akan ada rasa physical trigger. Maksudnya kita akan rasa anxiety bila nak terbang ataupun mendarat. You rasa betul?
Sebab it's something yang body you rasa juga I think it's true. Sebab sometimes you could be in denial, tapi you punya body is telling otherwise. Macam body you tu tak setuju dengan you. You maybe nak block it out, saying macam you could handle it, tapi body you tak boleh handle it. So you whether you like it or not, you akan rasa anxiety tu. I rasa betul.
Okay. Fatin, kejap. Oh, I dah ke bawah dah. Fatin cakap, nantilah I repeat balik soalan Fatin tu. Tapi I nak tanya you sebab you sebenarnya ada experience menetap di luar negara kan sebelum datang balik ke Malaysia. So macam you rasakan bila orang macam remaja macam you yang selalu bertukar-tukar tempat, tak kisahlah kat luar negara dan dalam Malaysia ataupun mungkin negeri-negeri berlainan kat dalam Malaysia, you rasa benda tu akan menyebabkan seorang remaja tu lebih mudah merasa anxiety tu ke ataupun macam mana?
I rasa yes, sebab I sendiri pernah experience benda tu. Sebab I stay luar negara dan I tukar environment I balik ke Malaysia. And then first thing yang I realise masa I dekat Malaysia, cara orang dekat sini dengan cara orang kat tempat I membesar tu lain. So I rasa worry. I tak tahu macam mana nak satisfy the people here. Meaning macam if I want to talk to someone, I tak tahu macam mana nak properly berkawan dengan dorang, caranya dorang suka. I takut cara I tu lain daripada dorang. So because cara korang membesar kat environment korang tu akan shape diri korang. So bila korang pergi environment baru, korang akan rasa effect tu. Dia macam culture shock juga And then korang kena slowly adjust yourself to the environment.
Masa you menetap dekat sana, masa you balik ke Malaysia, masa tu umur you berapa?
Masa I balik umur I 18. I baru habis sekolah form 6 dekat Arab.
And if I'm not mistaken, you balik Malaysia seorang, you tinggal sini seorang?
Yes, I balik Malaysia seorang that time and until now I still tinggal seorang. My family is still there because my parents are working there in Saudi.
Macam masa awal-awal tu sebabkan you tinggal seorang diri tu, itukah you rasakan punca mungkin you rasa anxious selalu?
Yes, of course.
Because you don't have anyone to talk to kat rumah.
You don't have anyone to talk to dekat rumah. You akan rasa, lagi kalau you baru macam awal-awal duduk seorang, you akan rasa macam suasana kat rumah tu macam sunyi sikit. Lepas tu bila you tak bercakap dengan orang, you akan tend to overthink. And bila you overthink tu is when you have your anxiety punya issues. So that time I was very fresh dekat Malaysia. I memang tak ada seorang kawan pun. And then my family is obviously not around. So I had to handle that situation myself at the time. To be honest, it was hard lah that time because it's something new to you kan. Macam you tak pernah rasa benda tu, tiba-tiba benda tu jadi kat you. You don't have anyone to talk to semua. So
and at the same time, you're also starting a new studying life dekat masa tu MMU
Masa tu I dekat Sunway College.
Sunway
College for my foundation.
Kira macam you dah lah baru balik Malaysia, lepas tu you kena start dekat college pula. Dua benda yang baru. So that could also be the cause of my anxiety punya attacks waktu I muda-muda dulu. Lepas tu I tak tahu macam mana nak handle, tapi by now I think the solution is that you just have to have someone to talk to. That's the best solution for you to handle it. You cannot handle it alone. There's no way you can handle it alone. You have to have someone with you. Erica says, meeting new people makes me go through anxiety, rasa nervous. You sendiri ada masalah tu tak? Bila berjumpa dengan orang baru, adakah you rasakan macam tak boleh duduk diam?
Betul, sebab you akan rasa macam mana macam mana nak ngam dengan orang tu, you akan fikir orang tu akan suka you ke tak. Tapi as you guys may notice, after a while you guys kenal orang tu, you guys akan rasa comfortable, you guys akan boleh jadi diri you guys.
Kairin tanya, kenapa Azri tak stay kat Saudi je?
Sebab I teringin nak start my life in Malaysia. To be honest, if you are someone yang tinggal kat overseas semenjak you kecil, you akan terfikir macam mana hidup dia kalau you pernah tinggal dekat Malaysia. Sebab I kan ada cousin-cousin juga kan. So I tengok cousins I macam ada ramai kawan, macam selalu pergi lepak. So Malaysia ni kan the type of country yang suka lepak semua kan. So nampak macam best tau. I rasa macam I nak benda tu untuk diri I.
So you rasa kita orang yang kerja kita orang lepak je lah kat Malaysia?
Boleh kata juga lah. Tapi
kat Arab, dekat Saudi orang tak lepak ke malam-malam?
Kat Saudi tak ada tempat lepak. The only place yang people go to hang out dekat mall. So dia tak ada kedai jalan untuk lepak, mamak, memang tak ada.
Tira cakap, please find someone to talk to, macam you cakap tadi. But if you can't find anyone, then you boleh tulis dalam journal. Kira macam you jangan pendamkan rasa anxious tu. I rasa benda tu is kind of true because dalam apa-apa kita punya masalah pun, we need an outlet tau. So macam kita tak boleh semuanya kita pendam sebab otak kita ni we can't handle everything. So macam we need an outlet. Sebenarnya macam kalau kita ada kawan baik ataupun kita ada someone yang kita betul-betul trust, dan kita boleh luahkan perasaan kita kat dia. Tapi kalau let's say benda tu tak ada, macam sekarang kita kat PKP kan, kita tak boleh berjumpa dengan orang untuk luahkan perasaan ke apa. So probably we can do that by putting it in a journal.
But
and then try to read back.
Kalau korang rasa macam malas untuk buka journal tulis setiap kali rasa macam down ke apa kan, at least boleh tulis kat notes lah. Kalau korang semua ada phone, boleh buka notes. Korang ada app notes tu, you can just write there, type it out there, and it can help release your feelings.
Okay, ada orang tanya, Dira tanya, macam mana you boleh kuat tinggal Malaysia seorang-seorang selama 6 tahun ni?
Macam mana? I guess as time goes by, you akan jadi more mature. So when you become more mature, you become better at handling your feelings. So to be honest, that's how I went through it lah. I just got more mature, lepas tu the feeling of anxiety slowly goes away from me. The feeling of loneliness sebab I get used to it.
Apanya?
The feeling of rasa macam lonely ke apa pun slowly goes away juga because I get used to it. I get used to being alone and now I'm fine with it.
I nak tanya, since ada orang mention tadi when we are meeting new people, kita boleh rasa anxious. What was your perasaan? What was your feeling when you first meet up with all the heroes? Masa you first jumpa dorang, apa perasaan you?
I rasa macam takut juga lah. Macam dorang ni
Adakah you rasa you ada rasa anxiety tu tak?
Ada something special dekat dorang. Ada. I rasa macam mana I nak compete dengan dorang in this program. Semua pun ada rupa. Semua pun mesti ada something special about them. So macam you're not the only one who's special anymore. Mungkin selama ni you dengan kawan you, dengan family you ke apa, you rasa you ada more special, tapi jumpa orang yang macam selevel dengan you dah start rasa risau. Boleh ke aku nak compete dengan orang ni macam power je kan.
Oh, I thought kalau you jumpa dengan orang yang sama dengan you, you akan rasa lebih confident sebab at least you know that you're not the only one who feels that way. Maksudnya macam you masa hero remaja, you tak rasa diri you je yang nak masuk hero remaja. Ada 11 lagi orang masuk hero remaja.
Yes, itu pun betul. bila when kita orang dah kenal sesama sendiri, tahu semua orang punya goal semua, tahu kenapa dia orang nak masuk, what they want to achieve by joining Hero Remaja. Waktu tu our bond become stronger lah, and then that feeling goes away. Tapi contoh you know like macam you juga, if you jumpa a crowd yang memang is a bunch of good looking people, you mesti akan rasa insecure for 1 second. Even if you rasa you dah good looking enough that you meet all these good looking people, you're gonna feel insecure, you can't help it. Tapi after you dah kenal orang-orang ni semua, you gonna end up realizing yang orang ni pun actually normal human beings. They're just like you.
Yeah, they're not just about good looks. They also have substance kat dalam. They are also like you said, human beings.
Human beings. Macam
Okay.
experience Azri kenal artis dekat industri ni after join Hero Remaja. Like I've met a few artists during the program kan. Aku say macam it was something different lah yang I never saw before this. I ingat orang akan nampak macam memang macam like a god or something. Nampak macam dia macam someone yang very very different from me. Tapi lepas dah kenal tu baru you perasan orang ni pun macam orang biasa juga. So actually everyone is actually someone.
Syed Rizal I think dia tanya, tapi Azri nampak macam cool je. Maksudnya bila you cakap tu you macam cool je, tak pernah nampak you macam tak boleh duduk diam ke, anxious ke. Macam mana you kekalkan diri you untuk cool je, tak tunjuk kat orang, walaupun mungkin you rasa gementar kat dalam.
Macam mana? Sebab as tak tahulah, diri Azri the type yang I think a lot of people are like this. You won't want to show people you punya weakness if you don't want to. So it could be je yang I'm feeling anxiety right now, talking to you, talking in front of all these people. Tapi like right now macam there's no reason for me to show you my weakness. Especially right now kita tengah live ni, I want to help you guys overcome anxiety korang. So I don't think it'll be good for me to like I have anxiety right now lah cakap dengan korang.
Same goes to me. Lepas I habis live I terus macam oh my god, menggeletar.
Kan. Even before live pun I meletak je macam, man, am I gonna look good enough in front of camera? The whole world.
Actually I nampak tadi ada komen orang yang cakap apa beza anxiety dengan topik kita minggu lepas, which is insecurity. Sebenarnya dua benda ni adalah for me benda yang sangat related. Sebab tu kita memang sengaja pilih topik anxiety untuk second week ni, because we feel that those who watch last week can relate to this week punya topik. Kira macam when you feel insecure, benda tu akan sometimes membuatkan you rasa gelisah dengan kehidupan you sendiri. Sebab kita rasa kita macam tak cukup, mungkin kita rasa macam kita tak cukup bagus, kita tak cukup kaya, kita tak cukup pandai ke apa kan. So benda tu akan membuatkan kita akan rasa lebih anxious especially bila kita jumpa dengan orang lain. Kan.
Bagi Azri some things pasal insecurity kan. So dulu I boleh sambung topik lain sikit. Dulu I pernah gemuk kan when I was young.
I baru nak tanya pasal benda tu.
Okay. Dulu I
kira
pernah
macam
gemuk
perubahan berat badan tu.
Waktu tu I rasa insecure. So when you feel insecure, that means you pun ada form of anxiety sebab you tengah risau pasal something. Tapi ini a form of anxiety yang you boleh change. Macam some things you just can't change, but some things you can change. But then if you can change it, and you rasa if you can change it and that change can make you feel better, you might as well just do it. So that time I rasa macam tu, I no longer want to feel like that way. So then I work out, I slimkan badan I, and then alhamdulillah I no longer feel that way. That insecurity pun slowly dah goes away.
So it means that kita sebenarnya tak boleh kita kena fight balik kita punya rasa insecure dan juga anxiety tu. Is that what you're saying? Kira macam kalau kita rasa insecure dengan bentuk badan kita, kita kena perbaiki bentuk badan kita.
I mean, people are beautiful the way they are.
Ya.
But if you really feel macam super down, you rasa macam that thing is having control of your life. You rasa macam because of that thing, it limits you to feel happy, limits you to feel good about yourself, to be your best self. You should change it. If you rasa you boleh change it, you have the power, you should change it. Macam untuk kurangkan berat badan, it's something you can change. So if you can change it, by all means go and change it so that you could feel better about yourself.
Okay. For me, that also takes motivation. Kira macam kalau kita nak buat sesuatu tu, kita kena motivasikan diri sendiri kan.
Yes.
Contohnya macam kalau Azri, I think you face a lot of these situations whereby you cuba untuk mengubah bentuk badan, mengurangkan berat badan, cuba untuk sesuaikan diri dengan keadaan di Malaysia. Dan dulu masa you belajar dekat Saudi, you sesuaikan diri dengan pendidikan kat Saudi ke apa kan.
Yes.
Macam mana you sendiri, macam mana you motivasikan diri? Adakah you bercakap, you memberi nasihat kepada diri sendiri ke macam mana?
The first step is to just give it a try. Macam you rasa insecure, maybe you tak pandai bercakap sangat macam orang lain. Maybe you could start practicing talking more with people. You could start there. Macam before, to be honest, okay, macam doing live videos kan, kita semua hero remaja dah start buat live video. I rasa insecure to show people my true self. Tapi when I started doing it, you just have to start. You start, you practice, you can get better at it. You rasa you tak pandai, maybe you study a bit harder. Sorry, I tak ingat lah your question tadi actually.
Kira macam in a way you need to tell yourself that you need to start somewhere.
Yes, you need to start somewhere. You should tell yourself yang macam doing something is better than doing nothing. That's what you should tell yourself.
And from there kita boleh improve diri kita, and mungkin kita from there pun kita boleh tahu apa kelemahan kita. Contohnya macam kalau kita selalu rasa anxious, contohlah untuk bercakap depan orang. Kalau macam students kan kena buat presentation semua kan. So kita selalu rasa kita ada anxiety attack tu sebelum kita start buat presentation. Tapi why not kita sebelum kita present depan orang, kita present depan kawan kita dulu kat dorm, contohnya kat bilik. So dari situ kita dah preparekan diri kita untuk expect that people are going to listen to you and people are going to watch you presenting.
Betul. If you can find ways untuk calmkan diri you, macam untuk kalau presentation, present dekat kawan dulu ke, present depan kamera ke, practice seorang ke, do it lah. It's better than you doing nothing at all. Kalau you do nothing at all, lagi you akan rasa nervous about something.
Okay, kita cakap pasal kita macam mana kita nak solvekan kita punya anxiety. Tapi macam mana pula kalau kawan kita yang ada anxiety issue tu, how can we help them to get better?
You tell them, you could start telling them by everything's gonna be okay. You could start by listening to them. Listen to what they have to say. Listen to what their problems are. Sebab two people is still better than one. If you put two people together and you have them find a solution about something, two people are still better than one. What you can do is just be there for your friend lah. You listen to their problems and you try to comfort them the best you can. Sebab you tahu they're not in the position to comfort themselves sebab diorang feeling that way. So if you're not having that issues yourself, you rasa you boleh help them by comforting them. By all means, comfort them and be there for them.
And for me, kalau you dah jumpa kawan yang you boleh trust, and kawan yang boleh apa orang panggil faham situasi you, please keep them very close to yourself.
Yeah, please keep them close to you.
Because it's not easy to find friends like that.
It's not easy to find friends yang want to help you, want to see the best for you. Some, I don't know lah, you know, it's human nature. Some people might be jealous of you. Maybe dorang suka tengok you macam tu, other people yang macam tu. So if you can find someone yang you betul-betul tahu yang dorang care about you, please keep them.
Tira says, jangan cakap dengan dorang yang don't overthink because their points and their feelings are also valid. Okay, for me, dorang tak minta pun untuk rasa anxiety ni ke apa ke. But somehow dorang antara orang yang terpilih untuk ada isu ni. So it means that if let's say we can like lend them our ears and dengar apa benda masalah dorang, that's the best thing that we can do for our friends and also for our families as well.
Betul. It's the same thing about about you telling someone kalau diorang tengah having problems ke apa, you tell them to relax. They're not gonna relax, they're gonna make it worse. I don't to be honest, my opinion, never tell someone to relax when diorang tengah having problem. Instead, you should tell them how to handle the issue.
Fia cakap, I don't think people understand how stressful it is to explain what's going on in your head when you don't even understand it yourself. Kalau you ada kawan yang rasa benda tu, maksudnya dia tak tahu nak cakap dengan siapa sebab dia rasa tak ada siapa yang boleh faham apa perasaan dia waktu tu. And mungkin sometimes orang yang macam ni pun dia akan rasa macam aku ni betul ke, aku ni tak betul ke kepada aku ni gila ke. Adakah apa yang you mungkin akan sampaikan dekat kawan you tu?
Maybe sometimes when people think too much, they think about things yang macam not necessary, benda yang diorang tak patut fikir pun. So if it was me, I would tell them, to be honest, I rasa you tengah worry a bit too much. I rasa macam you shouldn't worry too much, it's gonna be okay. Cakap macam tu lah, the words macam it should be okay, macam tu, comforting words. And avoid using sensitive words macam telling them to relax.
Betul?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes macam I sendiri kalau I rasa nervous, I rasa tak ada anxiety sangat, tapi mungkin I rasa nervous. I have my ways untuk kurangkan perasaan nervous tu. Contoh macam kalau I suka minum air suam. I macam teguk je air suam tu. Walaupun I tak rasa haus pun I akan teguk je. Kalau macam Azri, macam mana you punya cara? Adakah you makan coklat ke? Kalau you rasa nervous.
Nervous. Kalau I rasa stress out, I akan workout. Kalau nervous,
patutlah dindong.
Tak ada.
Nervous je workout.
Sometimes nervous, okay, what you can do is that you call someone. You call someone you really trust. You call a friend. You call your girlfriend ke, your boyfriend ke. Sometimes juga I makan coklat juga. You tahu coklat barrels?
Ya.
Okay, I really love barrels lah. Sometimes if I rasa macam things are very wrong, I makan coklat barrels.
Okay, barrels please sponsor Azri.
Boleh. If you guys want me to be the ambassador, come at me.
Hi Haris. Haris ada juga baru masuk.
And
okay,
kalau sorry? Go ahead.
Cakap.
Okay, kalau dekat rumah ada things yang I buat kalau I rasa nervous ataupun tak senang duduk, I just put on movie ke apa, put on Netflix, I put on like Family Guy ke, I tengok YouTube ke, I do things yang I suka. If you do things yang you suka, InsyaAllah dia boleh kurangkan rasa nervous you.
Okay, kita ada a few questions lagi untuk Azri sebelum kita end.
Okay.
Sebenarnya Azri, kita dah masuk 50 minit kita cakap.
Oh ya. Lah.
Itulah, I pun tak perasan dah 50 minit dah. Cause so much fun whenever I talk to you, it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's really interesting, this topic.
Okay. Okay, I ada soalan daripada followers yang cakapkan sometimes anxiety ni dorang keliru dengan fobia. Contohnya macam kalau you rasa anxious bila you naik kapal terbang, tapi sebenarnya kita ada juga fobia naik kapal terbang ataupun fobia di tempat yang tinggi. Kan? You rasakan benda tu berkaitan atau tidak?
Berkaitan sebab you akan rasa takut, you rasa nervous. Dia fobia ni macam you takut nak swim or something kan, macam tu kan. Dia related sebab rasa takut tu buat you fikir banyak kali, macam you tak nak buat ke ataupun you really risau pasal benda tu ke. So benda ni phobia related to anxiety, I believe.
Wow, Azri, I think your fan club cakap apa yang keluar daripada mulut je semua atraktif untuk dengar.
Oh, thank you guys.
Okay, I nak you pesan kat orang yang dengar sekarang ni ataupun orang yang akan tengok Save Life nanti.
Okay.
Yang rupa, seorang yang ada rupa tak semestinya tak ada masalah.
Okay.
Sometimes kita rasakan orang yang ada rupa, contoh macam you ada rupa kan.
I think so.
Orang yang ada rupa ni orang selalu ingat yang hidup dia ni sempurna, hidup dia ni macam tak ada masalah, tak ada rasa nervous, selalu confident. Tapi kalau you nak tahu, dekat Hollywood sendiri ramai orang yang mengalami masalah anxiety ni, orang popular. Contohnya macam I petiklah beberapa nama contohnya macam Billie Eilish. Dia pernah share dia punya experience, pernah ada anxiety especially when it comes to her body image. And also Bella Hadid pun pernah ada anxiety, walaupun you nampak dia confident je kat runway buat photoshoot semua tu,
walaupun ex-boyfriend dia Malik. Itu Gigi dengan Zayn Malik.
Ya, Gigi dengan Zayn Malik. So
okay.
So for me, kita tak boleh judge orang berdasarkan rupa, and also we can't judge anyone by its cover. Orang yang tak kisahlah kita ada rupa ke tak ada rupa ke, semua ada rupa. Everyone is beautiful in their own ways. Yeah. Tapi macam kita tak boleh cakap yang orang ada rupa ni tak ada masalah, anxiety especially. Your comment on that?
I think it's very true. Sebab ada rupa ke tak ada rupa ke, whether you are in hero remaja ke, whether you are superstar ke, menteri kat Malaysia ke, you akan ada rasa anxiety, because in the end everyone are just human beings. So the best thing for you to do is be nice to each other, care more for each other, ask more about how they are. In simply put, just expect yang dorang tu pun manusia biasa. Not someone who is perfect. Because dorang pun go through life macam kita go through life. Dorang pun makan juga, dorang pun tidur juga. Dorang pun bercinta, dorang pun ada masalah juga. They are just normal human beings.
Betul. And if let's say you are having anxiety attack, it can also mean that other people are also having that issue as well. Cuma cara kita, macam kita cakap awal tadi lah, cara kita nak handle benda tu. Anxiety symptoms lain. Orang lain dia punya symptoms, and orang lain cara untuk handle benda tu. Unless you benda tu dah jadi sangat serius dan mengganggu kehidupan you, pergilah dapatkan medical help. Mungkin mereka ada solution dia lah, kan?
Yes, true. The first thing that you can do is talk with someone yang you trust, could be your family or a really good friend. And if the case macam is a more serious case yang teruk, it's best yang korang seek professional punya help. Because anxiety is a serious issue.
Betul. Okay, thank you so much Azri
Thank you.
for being with us.
No problem.
Ada apa-apa tak you nak cakap kepada Azri Bolton ataupun followers you kat sini?
Okay, as you
So ramai asyik puji you handsome ni
I can
daripada awal tadi.
Diorang ni mostly people in my fans club ni. Thank you guys for joining my live dengan Majalah Remaja. I hope korang suka topik kita orang kepada hari ni. Don't stop supporting me. Don't stop supporting each other dekat Azri Bolton. Because I was hoping yang macam okay, like I punya fans club ni, to be honest, it's not really macam, I'm not the most popular pun dekat Hero Remaja. But in my own fans club, I'm glad to see yang macam they talk about their problems and they were there for each other. Itu something yang I like to see. So to be able to see that, it's really good. Keep on doing what you guys do and keep on supporting me as well. I love all of you guys. Thank you for watching this live.
Betul. Okay Azri, kita pun nak ucapkan selamat berpuasa. How's your puasa so far?
So far so good. Tak pernah skip lagi. Alhamdulillah.
Kau jangan nak skip walaupun tinggal ada seorang kat rumah.
Walaupun orang tak nampak apa I buat, I still pegang kepada
Tuhan nampak.
Apa dia?
Tuhan nampak kalau tak puasa.
Tuhan nampak, Tuhan ada.
Okay, thank you so much Azri. Selamat puasa and then keep in touch, okay?
Alright Faiz, thank you. Selamat puasa.
Right. Selamat puasa.
Bye.
Okay, thank you so much guys for watching. Is that it? No, it's not it. Kita ada lagi satu part dengan Nadir. Sorry sangat Nadir kena start pukul 12, nak kat pukul 12 ni. Because kita lambat tadi start kan. So, we're going to end this live and we're going to start another live. InsyaAllah kita akan cuba habiskan and kita try to cram sebanyak mungkin sebelum pukul 1. Alah habis hari Ahad kan, tak ada buat apa. Okay, so we're going to end this live and then korang masuk balik kat live yang lagi satu. Right, thank you.